This work is really important to me because what I'm interested in is how can we help people manage the media environment that's getting more and more complicated all the time to be able to make decisions that are best for themselves. So how can you use the media to meet your own goals instead of being used by the media to meet other people's goals?
Over the period of this 1 year, the misinformation that has been circulating are also different. So in the beginning, it started with, oh, this is a hoax, and the COVID-19 is a hoax. But then there are more now with vaccine-related misinformation, which has come out, which is circulating a lot on social media.
And there was a lot of evolving information, but there was also a lot of circulating misinformation and disinformation. And disinformation is a little bit different from just innocuous misinformation that people just don't necessarily know what the facts are and they might get some things wrong or confused. Disinformation is really malevolent. It's designed by people who are wanting to mislead, and they use principles of persuasion in order to do it. And it preys on people's emotions. It's not based on logic, it's basically anti-logic.
A healthy dose of skepticism is good. It's good to be skeptical about the sources I'm seeing, about the things I'm hearing and reading. But the problem is when you kind of completely disregard mainstream media, completely disregard, say, hey, I mean, this is all fake news, or this is all disinformation. So that's a problem. Then maybe you are not getting news from the sources that you should get.
One of the things I'm really proud of is being associated with the Edward R. Murrow College of Communication. We are training future journalists who are going to be as well prepared as you can possibly be to research what's going on out there, to give that first draft of history. We need to be really honest about what we know and what we don't know. So as a journalist, I think we need to be able to prepare people to understand what we're learning today in the context of what we've already learned from history and what we might be learning in the future as well.
And joining us now is Dr. Paul Bowles, Associate Dean of Research and Graduate Studies at the Murrow College. Dr. Bowles, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Matt. It's my pleasure.
Now, I want to talk just sort of broadly right now about research at a land-grant university like Washington State. How important is that to you?
Oh, it's extremely important. The land-grant mission has a special place at Washington State University, and certainly the Murrow College and our research enterprise plays a critical role in that research mission for land-grant university. Land-grant mission is all about producing knowledge and insights that improves the lives of Washington's citizens, the citizens of our region, and indeed global citizens. And research and the knowledge that is produced by the research activities across WSU and the Murrow College as a whole definitely is dedicated to improving lives, producing practical knowledge that can be concretely applied in improving life.
And you talked about practical knowledge, practical information. Certainly the pandemic is a topic we're all focused on. Some of the research has been involved in some of the messaging, I'm told, behind the vaccine and the virus itself.
Yes, Matt. Yeah, the practical knowledge that we produce with Murrow College research certainly applies to work that we've been doing around COVID-19. Extensive research on COVID-19. We have some of the most dedicated, passionate health communication scholars that I've ever encountered in my career here at Washington State University and the Murrow College. And all of us have been, have rolled up our sleeves and gotten our hands and brains dirty, so to speak, investigating how can we effectively communicate information that helps individuals make good, healthy decisions in their own best interests as the world tries to navigate and emerge from the pandemic. So examples of very specific studies that have gone on in our college are, for example, investigations of how media literacy, the ability to critically evaluate and process information, plays a critical role in equipping people to make good health decisions around COVID-19.
Well, Dr. Bowles, thank you very much. Really interesting stuff. Really quickly, where can people find some of this research that we're doing?
So, of course, all of the research that we do in Murrow College, again, as a land-grant university, is public knowledge. And so the knowledge gets shared in traditional means such as press releases over our website. We have a special section of our Murrow College website called Murrow Minds. But also I want to specifically mention a very exciting event for the Murrow College is coming up at the end of March, the Murrow Symposium. And of course, Lester Holt is going to be receiving a very important Murrow Award and giving a keynote address. But as part of that event, specifically on March 31st, in the afternoon, starting at 1 p.m., there's going to be a showcase, and 2 of the sessions are going to be specifically dedicated to publicly sharing the knowledge and the research that goes on by our Murrow College faculty. We have 2 sessions, one dedicated to health communication, one dedicated to political communication. So that's a free event for people to check out and access this great knowledge that's being produced through our research mission.
Well, a lot going on, Dr. Paul Bowles. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matt. My pleasure.